Hello, and welcome once again to Devarty Glass Videos. Today we'll be working with the dichroic Chatin beads, and also with the semi-opaque pink by Devarty, and the Devarty opaque salmon. Now as we start making our bead here, I'll give a little lesson on exactly what dichroic is and how they make it. Basically, dichroic glass that you can purchase for the use with lamp working is made two different ways. The first method they use to make the dichroic glass is to apply multiple layers of a number of very thin metal oxides using an electron beam in a vacuum chamber. Now that sounds fairly complicated, and it actually is. And the dichroic that is made that way is rather expensive. However, it's extremely durable. It can withstand very high temperatures. The second method they use to make dichroic glass is by spraying the metal oxides onto hot glass strips, or little beads like our chatins. This method produces a much less expensive dichroic glass, and the colors are much more vivid. The problem with this method is that it's not quite as durable under high heat. So the idea is to apply this type of dichroic with a very low temperature method. And that's what we'll be demonstrating. Now, as you can see with our bead here, we started with the opaque salmon on the outside and filled in the center portion with a semi-opaque pink. Beautiful colors. And we're just now flattening our bead on our aluminum marber. These aluminum marbers work exceptionally well for rolling your beads. Now what we'll do is we'll slowly heat this bead to a nice red hot glow so we can roll it in the dichroic beads, and it'll be soft enough to pick up a good quantity of the beads. These are the beautiful dichroic Chatin beads we sell on our site. Now I like to use a set of tongs to mash the frit into the bead. These are 3/8 tube masher tongs that we sell on our website. And there's our rod warmer. If you're not familiar, we do have those available on our website. If you put your glass rods in this rod warmer, it will heat it to the point where you can take your glass rods right out, put them directly into the flame, and start melting. Boy, it makes it nice. Now you'll notice that I'm not putting that bead directly into the flame. Just keeping it to the edge of the flame and keeping it hot, but keeping it out of that direct heat, because that direct heat will burn off that dichroic. And we're just slowly protecting the dichroic by encasing it with an extra light rose, transparent rose by Devarty. Now this is where the tube masher tongs really come in handy again, because we really don't want to get that bead real hot at this point with that dichroic underneath. Even underneath the protective glass on top, the dichroic still will burn off underneath if you get it too hot. So, use of the tongs, you can shape your bead without getting it too hot. This is a set of 1/2 inch tube masher pliers, and you can see how quickly it just rounds that bead right off. The tube masher pliers are an I shape actually. They're not really a press, but will round your bead off as you turn the bead inside, opening and closing the tongs. We're just going to clean up the edges here of the bead a little bit. We missed a little spot there with the transparent light rose. Just pay careful attention to your bead and make sure that glass does not start getting real red hot. Just slightly glowing is all you want it to get. Slightly glowing on the top will prevent that dichroic from burning off underneath. But that will still give you the malleability to shape your bead. Now I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that can shape these beads a lot better than I can. Matter of fact, I know there are. But you get the general idea here. Just be sure to keep an eye on that dichroic. Make sure you're not getting it red hot, because that'll be the end of it. And just be patient with it, work it slowly. It really is worth the effort because the colors are fabulous. That's about it for this bead. Thanks once again for tuning in. Thanks for all your support, and an extra thanks to all those who have complimented us on our videos. I'm glad they're helping. We'll show a finished bead here in a second. Bye now, everyone.